On Lifestyles, I get to travel all over San Diego. Today, we are in my neck of the woods. I can't think of any better place than Piacere Mio. It's my favorite place to grab an authentic Italian meal. Well, Dean and Manuela, thank you so much for coming here today, for joining me. I am so excited to be here. Dean, I'm not sure if you know this, but I just live down the street, so I frequent Piacere Mio a lot. I just saw Manuela actually earlier this week, so thank you for bringing me to a place that I love to come to.
Look, I don't blame you. Well, this actually came from a recommendation of our team members who live in the area, love this place, love the fresh pasta that they have, and I needed to check it out myself.
All right.
Yeah.
Manuela, it's so great to see you again, and I just can't tell you how much I love this place. So give us a little bit of a background. How long have you been working here, and a little bit of the history of the place?
Yeah, we opened in 2014, so in May there will be our 4th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, thank you. And Piacere Mio means my pleasure. We thought that would have been a very nice way to welcome our clients, like saying, it's my pleasure to have you in my home. Stefano and Marco are the two young Italian owners of this place. Stefano has a background in the restaurant industry because his family owns for a long time a restaurant in Rapallo, very close to the Cinque Terre. And our menu is focalized on homemade pasta. So we make from scratch ravioli, lasagne, gnocchi. Everything is made in the house with semolina and eggs. We also bake our own bread. And the recipe is an authentic Italian recipe that we took from Stefano's family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got some family secrets, I guess.
Exactly. There are some family secrets right there. And also, like everything we serve, we try to keep the authenticity of the Italian cuisine. We try to stick with our roots and being as authentic as possible. So there is a very great respect for the ingredients and for the recipes, as our background and our families taught us.
Are you and everybody else that works here, are you guys from the same part of Italy, or is everybody spread out, and does the menu reflect that?
No, yeah, everybody is from different parts of Italy, but I can tell you we are like a big family right now. After 4 years we work together. On the menu you can see that there is a part that has a very deep influence from the city of Naples. That is the city of our chef, Antonio Pappagallo. So you will see many dishes with the shellfish, with the seafood. On the other side, because you know the owners are Stefano from Genoa, Marco from Rome, our menu really honors the whole Italian peninsula. So our customer may enjoy a true carbonara from Rome, as well as a braised lamb shank.
Well, yes, we will take it all. We will take it all. Well, Dean, I love that, Manuela mentioned family and community here within the restaurant, but I also feel like South Park in general is really a big family and community itself. It's like this neighborhood pocket feel of San Diego.
Yeah, so, I was talking with you right before the segment. I feel like, folks who want that, kind of walkability, graduated from downtown feel, and is looking for a good neighborhood to kind of invest in, this is definitely the area for them. And when we talk about community, right, we talk about different pockets of San Diego, and there's a lot of good communities.
Totally.
But South Park, they invest in the local businesses. They are fully engaged on what's happening in the community. And that to me is like the epitome of community, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So.
Manuela, do you feel that way too, that the South Park community really embraces you and it feels like family?
It does. The community has been amazing with us, as supporting us since the beginning. We have many regulars that come from the neighborhood. And also now there is a very strong relationship between the staff and the people that live around. They treat us like friends. They call us by name. They know our private life, and of course, when they come, they feel like home.
Yeah.
Because and we are very happy, very enthusiastic that this was one of our goals.
It was, you know what, it was special. I gotta say this, because right before we started shooting,
Yeah.
there, people coming in, hugging the chefs,
That's right.
calling my name. That's amazing to watch. Seriously, you're not gonna get that in an Olive Garden. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, you're not walking in, and this is like true respect in the community type situation. So I love it.
One thing that we talked about community, we talked about feeling like family, and some of the cool things about South Park that I love is that 4 times a year there is the South Park Walkabout.
Yeah.
So businesses and restaurants are open late. The whole neighborhood is walking around, getting to know each other, getting to know the businesses. Do you think something like the Walkabout really brings other people to this restaurant? They get to learn you and all the different food that you have. I know sometimes you guys will have samples, so maybe you see the people that come here all the time, but also you start to meet other people within the neighborhood and they learn who you are.
Yeah, the walkabout is great to expand your clientele, right? And we offer samples of some of the dishes we like the most to meet new clients and to tell them this is what we do.
Yeah, so I love that you say favorite dishes. I was gonna ask you, are there dishes that are favorites? You work here every day, so I imagine either you must eat the same thing or you try everything on the menu, I don't know.
Oh, I tried many things, but I do have my favorites. We have 2, here there are 2 of my favorites actually.
Yes, tell us.
We have some very good, this is our ravioli di carne funghi. Is ravioli stuffed with ground beef. We also have a plate that is an invention of our chef. Is the salmon in pomegranate sauce. And this dish is very complex because it combines the flavor of the sea with the semi-sweet of the pomegranate and the hearty flavor of the kale risotto.
Do I have any drool?
Yeah, we gotta get you a napkin.
Shoot.
Also, this is, for example, our latest addition to our special menu. We introduced the Chef Antonio introduced this last week. Is called the ravioli alla mare chiaro. It's named after a famous place in Naples. And those are ravioli filled with artichokes. And the sauce is a cherry tomato sauce with octopus, there is black mussels, and shrimp.
On this table right now, what is your favorite, do you think? What would you go for first?
I would go for the ravioli.
All right, all right. Well,
I'm ready. I know where we're going right now. Let's do it.
yeah, I know. It's been sitting out here in front of us. The aroma is amazing. Your descriptions, we are salivating. I
Yes,
think we are finally ready to dig in, Manuela. Thank you so much for
Thank
getting
you.
this
Yeah,
amazing
thank you.
spread.
Thank you.
We're ready.
All right, let's do it.
We have a winner! Johnny, you won! You won!
Grandma?
There are certain times in life when you need a neutral third party to call the shots.
I wasn't ready. I know, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't, you hear me?
Keep it fair. Choose Oakwood Escrow.
We all know the original Alamo is in San Antonio, Texas, but Coronado has its own Alamo, and it just so happens to be our friend Scott Aurich's personal home. He brought his interior designer to show us why this Alamo is so special. Thank you so much, Scott, for welcoming us into a very familiar part of Coronado.
Yeah, it's pretty familiar. This is our home, and we built it with the help of, and built it and had it designed with the help of Kelly Hinchman, who's with Studio H Design Group, and she made our life so much easier you could ever imagine, getting this house finished out and designed and decorated the way her and my wife thought it would be the best for us. So. Came out really nice.
I think it's amazing that you have renovated and lived in 17 different homes in Coronado. This is hopefully your forever home. But the relationship that you and your wife and Kelly developed was kind of a special one, right?
Yeah, it turned out really great. We were told about Kelly. We were flying over to the Builder Show with a mutual friend. He was on the plane. And he told us that, you know, he knew somebody that was coming over to look at things and stuff. And so we set up an interview with Kelly, and Kelly and Wanda showed up at the first meeting with kind of clippings from magazines that they were gonna, you know, design a house with. And it turned out they both had the same nail polish on.
We hit it off right away.
And they had the same clippings too. They had the same tearing out of the papers or whatever magazines and stuff. So they hit it off fabulously and you know, collaborated together to kind of put together the home for us. So
Started with the nail polish.
started with nail polish, yeah.
You know, Kelly, what was your inspiration for this home? You know, obviously Texas is a big part of this home and the indoor-outdoor living of Coronado. Where did you really get that core of inspiration for this beautiful home?
Well, it really started with Wanda and Scott because I take my clients as the muse of the design. So getting to know them and building on their layers of where they're from and where they're going. So they're from Texas and they live in this beautiful area in Coronado, which is coastal. So we added some contemporary flair too. So it's I always called it Texas coastal modern. So it has.
That has a nice ring to it.
It does, doesn't it? So it has this bridge of these textural elements, you know, with the reclaimed wood, and then having some sleek, sophisticated limestones and having that coastal cool feeling too. So it was really the inspiration is just from them.
Scott, did you have any inspirations that you wanted to bring to this home?
Well, you know, Kelly, she knows, she kind of learned how we lived and what we needed, and I needed a man cave downstairs. So we gave her a little bit of direction, and Wanda and her, I told them I wanted a poker table, and I have a pool table down there as well, but the poker table is what she had done custom made for me, and it was a surprise. They didn't let me see it until it got delivered, and it came out with this beautiful poker table down there with burnt orange felt and a snakeskin design and really comfortable leather chairs. And my poker buddies who came and played, they gave me chips for my poker team that say Alamo Poker Room and on there to make it kind of christen it. And so we had a really nice time with that. So she's done a great job with all that stuff. And like she said, she kind of understands or gets to understand the client's needs and what they want. So she doesn't kind of push what she thinks they should have. She tries to pull out what we wanted. And Wanda's pretty hands-on herself, so she had her specific taste and stuff. And my wife, you know, and her worked together like it was hand in glove. So it was really, really special.
I think the most amazing thing about this home in particular is everything is custom made. You've got ideas and inspirations, but I mean down to the chairs and everything. You got to design everything. Why is it important for a homeowner to hire an interior designer, especially with a home of this scale?
That's what I feel is the most important, to be able to be customizable with your furnishings and to be able to really know what the house would look best scale-wise. So being in a big open room, it's nice to be able to plan the seating arrangements appropriately and knowing where to balance the different textures with the size and the shapes and knowing what arm styles are going to coordinate and speak to the other elements in the room.
And I think everybody needs one in a home this scale, not just to pick out furnishings from the stores, which they provide access to, because you can't get really access to the kind of stuff that you might want here, but they have access to the people and the artisans that can produce the kind of furnishings that fill the rooms the way that they need to be filled. And between the vision of Kelly and Wanda, which I didn't have anything to do with, they came around and looked around at each room and figured out how it would be best decorated, and also where they could get the materials or the finishes and get it done, and then get it implemented and get it done and built and created on time, so that when the house is ready, all the furniture's here and ready to go.
Everything sounds amazing, but I feel the only way to really get a true sense of how custom and beautiful this house is to see it.
Sure.
Could we take a tour?
Sure.
And see all the pieces?
Yeah.
Great.
Sure.
Now I know a lot of times for holidays, the dinner table is where you gather, but this dinner table looks too beautiful to even eat on. Where did this beautiful thing get made?
We had this made by a local artisan in San Diego, Moniker Design, and we selected this piece. We actually started with the wood slab. So it's a walnut wood slab from Maine. They sent us pictures, and then we designed it with them to be sliced down the center, and then we flipped the live organic edge inside. So we added some more texture to the space, but keeping that sleek contemporary look.
It's beautiful, and you incorporated the metal as well, and then brought it up into this beautiful custom-made chandelier.
Yes, so the chandelier we purchased from Ochre, and it's horn and with horsehair on top.
And Scott, you had a little bit of help assembling
these
this.
are all individual pieces that I got to hang, spending a couple of evenings hanging. And what's really special about it is too that at night when it's dark, the light comes through in little slivers all through the room, so it makes the whole room kind of strip of light, kind of slivers all through, so it really is pretty cool.
And then you go all the way up into this custom-made wallpaper as well. It coordinates with these beautiful chairs.
Yes, copper was a key element to the space, so we bridged copper with the steel, and you'll see some brass elements throughout the home too.
Now, if I was to dream up my dream kitchen, the perfect kitchen, it may as well be this one. And the first thing that draws your eye in is this beautiful light fixture. Where did this come from?
We had this light fixture made here local in Chula Vista, California, and it was by this Gibson & Gibson lighting. And we wanted to delineate the great room from the kitchen, so that's why we really expanded the scale. So it's 6 feet wide.
No big deal.
Yeah.
And it really draws your eye also down to this beautiful granite, and it doesn't just stop at the countertop, it actually goes all the way to the floor. And that was specially made as well?
Yeah, it's a waterfall finish, and took 2 big slabs and they cut this in half and rolled this one over this way and that one rolled over that way. They were bookend or matching slabs, so it was able to get a great piece to make this all special.
As soon as you walk in here, you're drawn right to this headboard. Where did this beautiful piece come from?
Well, it's funny because I had a concept photo pulled from about this headboard, and Wanda showed up to a meeting with the same concept photo.
Same nail polish.
The same nail polish. We had that in common. So it was from Jennifer Aniston's home in Architectural Digest that we both pulled. And so we wanted to create a large-scaled headboard that you didn't need anything else in the room besides this gorgeous bed. We just harmonized it with different finishes and then added some sconces for real jewelry impact to the room.
It's beautiful. Now, how was this thing assembled, Scott?
Well, they had to bring it up in 2 big giant pieces, and they had to bring it up over the balcony. It's like 6 or 8 guys. I thought they were going to drop it. My heart was just banging. But anyway, they got it in here and got it assembled. And again, Kelly's crew put it all together, and it just came out fantastic. So it's a great master bedroom set.
Well, that fluidity of the copper throughout the home, it just really adds great accents to this. And thank you so much for letting us tour your entire home and opening it up to us. But I saw there was a hot tub downstairs. Do you think we could go check that out?
Yeah, you can go check it out. I check it out every day.
As a real estate professional, there are only so many hours of the day, which means efficiency is more than a buzzword. It's a daily necessity. 2 tools from First American Title can help you keep on top of your transactions, either at your desktop or on the go. My First Am puts comprehensive property data at your fingertips, where you can review recorded documents, past transactions, or locate comparable sales quickly and easily. Cost First can also ensure you have 24/7 access to closing costs data, allowing you to generate net sheets, calculate fees, update documents, or email, print, or save your reports, along with TRID calculation and consummation date timeframes. Each sale includes a number of stages to manage, each with the possibility to delay a closing or derail it altogether. Let Cost First and My First Am keep your transactions on track. Contact your local First American representative to get started today.
It seems every time I come to Garnett Avenue in Pacific Beach, there are new restaurants and bars popping up all over the place all the time. I'm meeting my friend Steve Springer, and he's going to tell me about the biggest change that's happened on Garnett Avenue in the past few years. Well, Steve, thank you so much for bringing us here to Mavericks today. So I know that Pacific Beach is definitely known for its bars, its party life, and especially on Garnett. So how does Mavericks kind of live up to that idea?
So Mavericks is just a short block to the beach. Right here, Crystal Pier is in view from this location, and Mavericks is really an elevated progression of what's been happening here. So a few years ago, about 6-7 years ago, they redid the tavern a couple blocks away, and that really started a domino effect of other bars, restaurants wanting to up their game here on Garnett. Mavericks is the latest, greatest.
Eric, it seems that there's been a lot of anticipation too for this location to open up. How long did it take you guys to create this place here, and what was a little bit of the backstory or history about it?
Actually, I started when I turned 21, 22. I was actually bar backing at the existing location, which was PB Bar and Grill. It was one of my first jobs down here in Pacific Beach, so it was neat to be able to work here and then to kind of come full circle. We bought the property in April of 2015, and from there we spent about a year and a half going through permits and design work and trying to get the vision correct and make sure that we had everything in line. And then it took us about a little under a year and a half of construction to kind of get us to where we are today. And so we're very excited to be open. It's been a long road, but it's been worth it. We're happy with the result.
All right, so who would maybe want to come here? Is it good for just the party crowd, or is it good for families, older adults to come as well?
Yeah, I think what I love about this space and the way that we designed it was a couple things. I wanted to bring back a real beach bar to Pacific Beach. The trends over design in the past few years have been some darker woods, some metals, and we really wanted to try to bring back a true beach bar with open patios, open windows, and so that was something that was the main focus of our design. And what that allowed us to do was to create multiple spaces. So we have multiple patios, we have an upstairs area, and what we've seen with our clientele is that the demographic ranges from, we have families with children coming in during the day, we have your college students coming in, and then we also have a fantastic older demographic that comes in and enjoys the food and the atmosphere as well.
So Steve, like you said, it was a little bit of a momentum, maybe from the tavern, kind of starting this little wave of having a facelift, I guess, if you will, on some of these older properties. How do you think this will also maybe change the rest of Garnett?
That just gives people something else to live up to, right? So people can't let their bars deteriorate, let their restaurant menus get stale. They get to keep up with what people want, and people want really cool outdoor spaces that they can hang out with their friends. I mean, we're right by the beach. You don't want to be in some dark, dingy bar. So you've got an awesome little courtyard here where you can play a bunch of games. So they've got cornhole, a big Connect 4 set, a supersized Jenga, just really fun stuff that, you know, if you had your fantasy backyard, that's probably what it would look like. Well, you can come here and have a drink in their courtyard.
So is there anywhere like this in Pacific Beach?
No, nothing else. No one's doing anything like this, that, like he said, really making it a true beach bar.
Yeah.
Not any of those dark, rustic vibes, but nice whitewashed wood, nice open areas. So nothing else like this right now.
Yeah, it seems like you could spend the day at the beach, come over here either for lunch, maybe happy hour, and on the flip side, you could also just come and show up at night. I know sometimes you guys also do a lot of live music, is that right?
Yeah, something we wanted to be able to do with the size venue that we had was, one, to be able to provide entertainment and multiple avenues of entertainment. So we might do a DJ in the back area and then do live music on the patio. And the spaces allow us to separate and do different things. So you may come in and, the way I kind of feel when I walk in the door is I could find the niche of where I'm feeling that day. Yeah. So I can get to a little corner, and if I'm feeling I just kind of want to relax on the patio, I'm good. If I want a little more action, I can head upstairs or to the back area. So part of the design with my business partners was to really try to, with such a large space, try to break it up into different areas.
Yeah, how did you guys really come up with this idea? Was it just a need that there needed to be more of a beach club or beach house vibe in this area?
Yeah, well, one of my business partners, Mark Cirillo, he's been my partner at the tavern for almost 20 years now, and my other business partner, David Cohen, not from the Cohen Restaurant Group, but who I actually own some properties with in North Park. We all came together, really sat, brainstormed, and trying to think of something that would be unique for the size location. Being 15,000 square feet, you really have to be considerate of how you're laying things out and how you're designing them, because you want people to still feel an intimate space, which is hard when the property is as big as it is.
Totally. So in the Pacific Beach area, I know you've got a listing as well. What's new with you?
Yeah, so a couple blocks north of here, actually 6 blocks north, 3 blocks to the ocean, I've got a new single family house listing, 1050 Chalcedony Street, 5,600 square foot lot. All one level, so you've got a nice front yard that you can play in, and a really awesome hardscape back area where they did a custom fire pit, Hardwood floors on the inside, big kitchen island, nice open floor plan, some exposed wood beams. So it's a really great house. 2-car garage also in the back. That's going to be listed for $1,349,000. Best part about it is you hop on your bike, cruise down here, go to the bike valet, and you're ready to roll.
Amazing. And then I guess this is also like a nice, almost an amenity for somebody who lives in PB and close by, that you can just come here any day really of the week and maybe even spend the entire day here depending on what you're looking for.
And something we didn't mention is it's dog friendly. So dog friendly on the patio, so walk down with your dog, kid friendly on the patio, just come with the whole family and hang out.
Do you guys also do events? Can somebody rent out a part of this space?
Right, and that, like we mentioned, that's very important to our whole layout of the place, was to be able to section off certain areas. So we've done everything from baby showers to birthday parties to retirement parties. All of those you could take and convert any space into what you want. And what's nice is that we're very open to doing them most days of the week, because we can section off and still keep most of the restaurant open to the public, but section off an area for our parties.
All right. Well, I imagine this place is going to be really packed, or it's packed already. So what's the best way to get in here?
I think the best way is come to the door, say hi, introduce yourself. And what's so nice about our staff is, I think what's changed with the hospitality industry is now you can get anything you want on Amazon delivered to your house. You can have food, drinks, everything delivered to your house. Play the music from your phone. So what we really try to deliver is an experience, some energy, and true customer service. So come in, I think, give us a chance to show you that little bit of extra touch when it comes to the customer service. And we always try to provide some good energy. So you want to come here and you're gonna walk away feeling good.
Well, Steve, thank you so much for bringing us here. And Eric, thanks for hosting us as well. I'm ready to finally get a tour. I haven't seen and explored everything yet, so I guess that's up on my agenda. I wish you all the best, though, in this venture, so thanks again.
Well, thank you so much, and make yourself at home.